It's bars and beyond, the stars is aligned. Sports, relationships, and rap, they said it would be hard to combine. Part in the shine, pick a mountain, we find the largest to climb. Welcome to another dope-ass episode of Bars and Beyond. I am DeMarco275.
I am Courtney. Jesus, you came in with a lot of excitement.
I'm lit. I'm lit today.
Are you? Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm lit. I'm lit.
Bored.
I just want to introduce a special guest for this episode. I met this guy a couple years ago. He was filming my daughter Jayla's single Scholar Digging she had out, and he really fucked with us. Got us some spins, got us a nice buzz over at B100. So I had to salute him about that. It's my man Rae the Engineer. What's good, family members?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good with you?
Man, I can't complain, man.
Nice to have you here today.
Thank you.
It's beautiful 80-degree weather.
Man.
Woo,
I'm scared. I'm actually terrified that next week it's going to be like 22 degrees and I'm going to have to pull out a coat. Like, I literally put all my coats up and then I was like, we live in Wakanda and it's probably going to be cold next week.
It's Wakanda around these parts.
It is. Speaking of Wakanda.
Yeah.
Nice segue. I'm just going to go ahead and jump on you real quick before we even get into, like, the show.
Okay.
This man, Rae the Engineer. So when you see him on Instagram, Twitter, on the streets, make sure you pop off. Because instead of paying to see Black Panther, he watched it at home.
I did.
Why would you do that?
Why not?
So you just felt like not supporting the movement?
I mean, you know what? I got a lot of views about that. It's, you know, I support the actors. Actors. But you know, where your dollar really going at the end of the day?
Well, it's not really even about the dollar. It's about supporting something greater than us.
And you know, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I had this conversation with somebody else too. But I don't know. I didn't see the big deal. But I guess it is a big deal because we're talking about it right now. Yeah, I you know what? I'll definitely attempt to go see it. You know, I got a lot of things going on. It was just more convenient to watch it at the house for me.
You were just so anxious to see it, you had to just watch it at home.
Yeah, you could say that.
Let's just say that. It sounds good. I couldn't wait for the movie, so I had to watch it at home. Right. Sounds better than I didn't really see the big deal.
Right.
But I think it's cute, like, you know, like little black boys are like looking at the theater, the picture at the movie theater, and they're like, oh, I'm going to be that one, and I want to be that one.
Right.
And I think it's good representation to have, you know, something that looks like yourself that's a superhero.
Right.
Or, you know, or something like that. So that's why I think it's a bigger deal, but, you know, people have their own reasons. But you were just anxious to see it, and that's what we're going to leave it at.
I was so anxious.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Good answer.
So, you know, we talk rap, we talk sports, we talk relationships, and I noticed that my guy Rae the Engineer has a podcast of his own called Hip Hop Discussion, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Hip Hop Discussions is actually my entertainment company. We do a lot of different things with that. Okay. The show that you're speaking of is my music video review show, right? So every episode, we just wrapped up season 1 and we just started shooting season 2.
Dope.
So every episode we bring in a celebrity, right? And we rate and review independent artists' music videos while we chop it up about hip hop.
Okay.
So on the first season we had Lil Zane, Head Crack from Dish Nation, James Worthy, MC Shan, Mickey Fax, Gotti from Boo and Gotti.
Oh, okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So in my first episode for season 2, which I shot last week, I had Anthony Smith from the Pittsburgh Steelers, Julius Williams from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I had Pony Capri, who's like real big in the UK, and she's making a buzz over here. Female rapper, crazy bars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the show aspect of it. Then I have a mixtape that I drop every month called Hip Hop Discussions. Hip Hop Discussions presents the mixtape. Now with that, you know, I do a lot of things out of state, so everybody's always giving me CDs. I think it's kind of crazy that like most of the time people don't even listen to the CDs that people pass out to them.
Right.
So I listen to them, and if somebody's dope, I'll hit them up, see if they want to slide on the mixtape, and I put it out every month.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Okay.
And then hold on, there's more.
But wait,
and then we have my music school, right? Hip Hop Discussions presents music school, the Biz 101, where I have seminars every 60 days, and I actually have one tomorrow. You know, that everybody's invited to in Norcross.
Okay.
But yeah, so I have like my friends that's in the industry come out and actually teach the Music Business 101 to people at a 10.
That's dope.
Yeah,
that's
man.
dope.
We bridge the gap between independent and industry, bro. That's what we do.
That's what's up. I love hearing that, man.
That's what's up. It's kind of similar to what I'm working on. So that's dope. We have to
We
talk
got a
after.
link.
Yeah, we absolutely have
Definitely.
to talk after this.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
I love it. See, look, we just be networking over here.
Period. That's what we do. We in the A.
Ooh.
Yep. So we're gonna start this discussion with the bars, the rap part of this discussion, and this is gonna be fun. I've been having this discussion. You know, we've all been having discussion.
And we already know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. And see, I'm gonna surprise you, Courtney Levette. I'm gonna surprise you with this. So we're gonna talk about who is the GOAT of rap. And when I say the GOAT, the greatest of all time, I mean not north, south, west, east. I'm talking about overall the best rapper that ever did. And these and I tell everybody before y'all get started, there's some criteria here, right?
Okay, I was gonna say,
So,
like, let
there's gotta be some
me.
criteria. So one of the criteria is you have to have a undoubtable classic album, which is something that no matter who talks about it, they're like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Even if you ain't even like that artist, you could be like, yeah, that shit was banging.
Okay.
Right. That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is you have to have undeniable lyrical skill.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. You have to be able to rap. You can't, be one of them niggas,
You can't be like Gucci.
Yeah,
Gucci the greatest.
Hey, I know you from Maryland, but
It's some Georgia girl right here, boy.
No disrespect to Goo. I'm just saying.
Okay, another thing is you have had to have some sort of longevity. Now, let me say this. I have to preface that with saying getting killed doesn't count.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
so you can have getting
Mm-hmm.
killed does not count. So there's two artists that we both know are in this discussion that had about 5-year runs that were murdered. Had they not been murdered, they would have the same longevity as the other people that would be in this conversation.
Or would they?
Right? Or would they? So that's a big key to this, right?
Okay.
And then the last one is production. I mean, a lot of the guys with a lot of bars didn't have the greatest production, but it was solid enough to give them a couple hit songs. And of course, having hit songs, commercial success, a huge buzz at some point. Can't just be underground the best lyricists, because if you're talking about best lyricists, we got like 1,000 people we can talk about.
Absolutely.
Right? We're putting a whole package together.
Right.
So with all of that being said, let's start with you, Ray. Who is your rapper?
Thank you. Thank you for going there.
Yo, I have so much to say on this topic, man. This is my life. Okay, so first off, getting killed does not count, and I appreciate the fact that you said that.
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
because I'm a very, very, very heavy Tupac follower. I guess I would say, and I love Pac, and years ago I would have put him as the greatest rapper of all times. You know what I mean? Undeniably. But once I really started, growing and getting older and getting deeper into this rap thing, Pac was definitely the most influential rapper. He has the most influence.
Sounds like something
his content is definitely it's deep. You know what I mean? He has the best content. But I wouldn't say he was the best rapper because he wasn't lyrically the best.
I like this guy.
Biggie was actually more lyrical than Tupac. But see, Biggie can't even be labeled as the best because he had one album before he died.
Yeah.
And then Life After Death came out afterwards. You feel what I'm saying? So I think those two gotta be kind of like tossed out of the conversation in a sense. But if you want to go overall package, the best rapper of all, greatest rapper of all time, gotta be Ho. It gotta be Jay. Nobody has done what Jay has done, and I don't see it being done again for the next 20 years. I don't see anybody else even coming close to that dude.
That's. I want to debate that, but now we're gonna go to Courtney Levette. Who is your GOAT?
My personal GOAT is always gonna be Pac.
Absolutely, your personal favorite.
That's always gonna be my GOAT.
Okay.
I'm gonna surprise everyone, including myself,
okay.
including everybody who knows me and know how I feel about this.
Okay.
I don't even know how to say this out of my mouth.
It hurts so bad to say it. I know it hurts.
It hurts so bad to say it, but oh my God!
It's like taking that nasty ass medicine, boy, and that cough syrup.
That
Take this Tussin, Courtney Levette.
It's Jay.
Jehovah.
Honestly though, like as much I'm not that big of a Jay fan. Everybody know I'm not like, oh my God, Hov, like he's all hell Hov. Like I'm not that person. But when you look in totality with everything that you said fits the criteria, you have to give it to him for longevity, for lyricism. Even though I think he takes a lot from Big. A lot.
Yeah,
and I think he tries to wrap it with a little bow and say, oh, I'm paying homage.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit more than paying homage, bro. Like every song he's ever put out has a whole verse in it. I mean a big verse.
Nah.
Or a big phrase.
That's a misconception,
It's
yo.
not.
It is.
It
See,
is
Hov did that for maybe like a 5-year span.
Is
He
it
did
not
that for
long
like a
enough?
5-year.
Like, come on.
Yo, he's been doing this for like 13 summers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he for like a 5-year span, he said a lot of big bars, but you don't hear big bars, Biggie Smalls bars in Jay's music as much anymore. Like you really don't hear
not
him
as much
reference.
anymore.
And really, how much you gonna reference from Big? Big really didn't have that much material.
No, he didn't.
You know
But what I could say to that in rebuttal would be, yeah, sure, he may have done it for 5 years of his career.
Yeah.
But you got to think about how many albums that Jay put out from 2006 to now. How many albums did Jay put out?
From 2006 to now.
Oh, well, about 5.
I don't think it's 5.
You think it's 5?
I don't think it's 5.
I think he had the one with the New York with Alicia Keys that came out in like 07, 08, or maybe 09.
He didn't have an album after that.
I know Blueprint 3 came out in 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
Right, and then after that,
after that was the that joint, that album with
it's like Kingdom Come or something like that. Was Kingdom Come, and then
that was his worst effort.
You think so?
Yeah, it was terrible.
I didn't even know about it, so you gotta get.
You know what?
That Blueprint 2 and that was kind of neck and neck.
Well, he had some dope records on there. He had the joint.
So he had like 4 albums that came out.
Yeah, probably 4. I'd say 4.
Okay, well then I shut myself up.
He got the joint with the Justin Timberlake. He led with that single, the Magna Carta.
Oh, Magna Carta.
That was 13, and that
Was it?
That was 13.
I mean, well, okay, then I take back my statement.
Yeah,
I've been proven wrong.
Yeah, he has a nice catalog.
I was just gonna say like because he hasn't done as much work as he was doing then, but but then still too, and I'm not taking away me giving him the credit. I'm just still kind of iffy on him. But like the albums that he was putting out weren't like the albums he was first putting out.
Oh no.
It's
growth. It's growth, but as far as
those albums are the albums that he was putting Big on.
Nah, man.
That's true.
Nah, man. Look,
the ones he was really quoting Big quotes was his best albums, bro. You know that.
But see, when you say Jay best albums, like I'd say a lot of people didn't like in my Lifetime album. You know what I'm saying? With like Lucky Me, album number 2.
That blows me away how they don't like that. That shit was fire
to me.
That was,
you know what I'm saying?
That's like third or fourth maybe favorite to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like my favorite Jay-Z song of all time is Lucky Me. That's from that album.
Yeah, absolutely, a banger. Yeah.
I mean, I love Jay music. I can't in the front. I see the progression. Like he raps about every aspect of his life as he's going through it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll never hear him bluffing about nothing. Like now, he was started off in Reasonable Doubt talking about selling dope. That's what he was doing. Now he's talking about corporate things.
Buying
exactly.
buildings. Yeah, and
that's
why I appreciate
everything in between. So we just actually following his life. I don't know another rapper that has ever done that.
Yeah, and that's why I have to give it to him, even though I don't want to. Even though it hurts inside a whole lot.
And I'm glad y'all said that.
But you have to give it to him.
You got to give it to him. I'm glad y'all said that because that would also be my answer. Hov. Now, these are a couple things. There's another guy that's in this conversation we tend to forget about. His name's LL Cool J. Who did this for like 30 years. Right. But I think the only thing that knocks him off to me, the acting. But
he became an actor over being an artist. So people automatically, once you become an actor, you're automatically kicked out of
thrown out of the.
Yeah, because you've now transitioned from I'm an artist to I'm an actor.
Yeah.
People don't see LL Cool J and think, Mama said not cute. Like nobody thinks that.
But
they automatically are gonna think of him in a movie.
They are, but for us, for rap, if you're a rap head, he probably has the most classic songs that everybody knows the words to, like globally. But he also has some of the most questionable, corny type shit too.
Well, if we gonna go that route,
he got corny type shit too.
If we gonna go that route, right? We gotta mention Will Smith. Because it's not. No. I'm not saying it's the GOAT. I'm not saying it's the
you're
greatest.
saying like in comparison to like LL.
In comparison to LL, it's like he was also a actor, rapper
turned actor.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One thing about Will is this: a lot of these kids don't know that he rap.
Yeah.
Most kids
Most
don't.
kids
It's
don't.
been
I
30
bet-
years.
I bet every summer when they turn that radio
summer.
on, they hear "Summertime." I bet they know that
That's
song.
like the
period.
most
Classic. And this
song.
That's what
Oh
I'm
my
saying.
one of the
God.
most, and that's true. And let me tell you another thing. My other GOAT, which is I love Big. Big is like, he up here.
Yeah,
my two favorite artists overall, I gotta say, is Big and Rakim. Rakim is the reason why I picked up the mic.
Yeah.
And lyrically,
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
think lyricism.
Yeah.
Lyrically, he's the best. Nas is a understudy of Rakim, right? Just like I feel like Jay and Big are both understudies of Big Daddy Kane.
They are.
Yeah.
Of course.
They basically was Big Daddy Kane, then it was Big, then it was Jay.
Yeah.
It's like a tree, right? But
Yeah.
Rakim got a tree of like Nas, Big Pun, Eminem. All of these lyricists came from that tree, right?
Yeah.
But like Rakim has so much more we don't think about. Everybody thought that song was Rakim. They didn't know that was Will Smith when that came back. When that actually came out, Will Smith sounded exactly like Rakim. Bar wise, the way he spit it. You remember?
Yeah.
Will never spit like that.
Yeah.
Like them was bars. You feel me?
Yeah.
And the fact that he had that much of an effect on another artist that had no connection. This is a Philly guy. He a Long Island guy.
Yeah.
That he, you know what I mean? Rakim.
Yeah.
So that would be,
That is major.
but his longevity wasn't there. You know what I mean?
But
And the
you-
charisma and all of that. So I couldn't give it to him.
You know why I don't think his longevity was there, man?
What?
And I don't know the backstory, but just from the outside looking in, you gotta have business people around you.
Yeah.
And I think that Dre move was kind of like it wasn't really a good move for him.
Really a good move.
You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of like he had the album. It was a double disc called the 18th Letter.
I remember that.
Remember that joint?
I remember that joint.
And it didn't hit. It wasn't the Rakim that I was looking for.
Right.
Out of all those songs, bro, 2 albums,
Yeah.
two CDs. But if you remember the song with Jay, Dr. Dre, and Rakim,
Woo!
The Watcher, Rakim
What?
had the hardest verse, bro.
Man, listen.
I feel so
Man,
Oh my
right
God.
Oh, like, Courtney, basically this guy, and I know you, but to me, he's the godfather.
I mean,
of
I know
all of
Rakim.
this, you know what I'm saying?
I know Rakim.
Yeah,
But
but
it's like specific songs.
oh man, because and this is one of the only artists that, and people can debate this if they want to, but his first 3 albums are undeniable classics. Like my favorite song ever is Microphone Fiend. I don't know if you've ever heard that.
Yeah.
But that song is ridiculous. That's what made me pick up a pen and start
It's
writing.
alright.
Yeah.
Right. But like Paid in Full, Follow the Leader, and Let the Rhythm Hit 'Em, which had Mahogany on there. Oh my God, that song Mahogany.
He over here telling his age. You know?
Man,
Oh yeah.
man, I grew up to that,
Yeah,
but
right.
as far as coming back to back and then the wordplay and just, but he didn't have the charisma and he was so laid back. He didn't want. I think he turned down a lot of
he was
acting
probably more
situations and
so-
stuff. He was low key.
It was probably more so I'm doing this because I love.
Exactly.
I love the art of being a
the
rapper.
art of being a rapper.
Yeah, and not. I don't need the fame. I don't need the extra. I just want to get in the booth and spit a hard 16 and go home.
Yeah.
Can I ask y'all this though, real quick?
Yeah.
Like, this is new to me to be on the other side of the interview. You know what I'm saying? But who do you think is the most underrated rapper? I know you just mentioned Rakim, but like actual underrated. Like who do you think doesn't get the recognition that they deserve?
Wale.
You think so?
I do.
He thinks so too.
We know.
Yeah, he's the number one
Instagram
person when I
knows,
say,
we know,
he thinks he's the
I
most
know.
underrated. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I mean, but he is.
He's
Honestly,
dope.
he
I mean, he
is.
could really rap. He really has hit songs.
He has great
Yeah.
songs, but
Yeah.
it's like
I'm gonna tell you, and I understand why he feels so underrated because he's like, how can Kendrick and Meek and
J. Cole.
and J. Cole and all them, we all in the same class. Even A$AP Rocky get more love than him.
Yeah.
That's real.
Overall, A$AP Rocky get more love than him. I mean, he's always been like the black sheep, man. He really is
But
the
you know
black
what?
sheep.
I think it's because he's so emotional.
Yeah.
He shows so much emotion. It's just
super emotional.
Yeah.
his passion comes out, and I think a lot of times people will mistake emotion, a passion for emotional.
Mhm.
Because I'm like that. People are like, oh, he's so emotional. No, I'm just passionate about what I'm saying. And if I say something, I mean it.
Mhm.
And then for somebody to say something other than what I'm saying, it's like, no, but listen, this is like. So I think he's very passionate about his work,
Right.
but it comes off so
They
emotional.
come off so emotional. Yeah.
It's almost like the Monique thing. Like, you're just putting so much out there. You're giving everybody. You're telling everybody, oh, I feel this way. I feel this way. I feel this way. I feel this way. It's like, but we know. calm down. We know, we get it.
We get it.
We get it.
That's
Calm
right.
down.
Yeah.
So I think it's Wale. Like, you know, he has great projects.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
it's just-
I'm trying to think who I would say overall that's the most underrated. Cool G Rap.
Cool G Rap.
Cool G Rap.
I gotta go with AZ.
Yeah.
I think AZ had the most dopest flow, like in the '90s. Like he was rhyming like 4 words each bar.
He was, man.
You know what I'm saying?
He like my top 10 artists. Right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
It was crazy. Like and I noticed how like Nas kind of like, not in my opinion, Nas kind of in certain tracks he tries to rap like AZ.
Yeah.
Even though AZ came up under Nas, he still tries to rap like AZ.
Yeah, he
sometimes.
do. I think that too.
So AZ, then I gotta say Saha the Prince.
Oh,
I think,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That is like my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Pretty much like currently past, like, of course Pac is my go, but Sci-Hi?
Yeah. That Black History
That-
Project, yo.
Oh my God.
And
that's
he's
the most,
so-
yo, I got chills, yo. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I feel like he's underrated though
Yeah.
because he signed to Kanye.
And he's here, and he's in Atlanta, where it's not appreciated as much.
And that's real. And
Yeah.
both of y'all are right.
Yeah.
But you know what? One thing about, Saha writes a lot for Kanye.
He
too.
does. He
So
wrote
Kanye
pretty much
get-
all of Yeezus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Kanye getting all the dope bars. You know what I'm saying?
No, what was the one before Yeezus?
808s? Not 808s.
Nah.
What was before Yeezus?
It was the album before Yeezus. It was the one that was like with blood on the leaves, or it was that different. It was
Oh, that weird
weird
one.
Yeah, it was really eclectic.
Yeah, the weird one. Damn.
I
what's
actually
that?
like
that
that
was the
album.
one after the best one.
It was the one right before Yeezus. Well, whatever.
Nightmares, the
but
Nightmares.
Saha wrote like that entire album, but like one song.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I know
saying.
So yeah, like that was the one I did the interview with him right after that album had came out.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the man's so
Amazing.
Underrated. He's like
amazing.
one of the most talented artists.
Yeah.
But I feel like being signed to
Yeah,
Kanye is like his downfall.
And
He ain't gonna let that
and
go.
we was talking about this last week too. I feel like because of where he's at in Atlanta, he's like an outcast from when you talk about Atlanta artists. Nobody ever say his name because he has such an East Coast influence with his bars that they kind of put him, in another category.
Yeah.
But he's really the best lyricist here. I just told him a couple weeks ago, it's
Absolutely.
3,000 in him.
Yeah.
Then it's everybody
And
else.
that's,
I don't think it's close.
Yeah.
I say that
I
all
don't
the
think it's
time.
close.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. It's either when you talk about lyricism out of Atlanta, yo, it's three stacks for Saha the Prince.
That's
Like
it.
the
And there's no
wordplay
other
is
option.
insane.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
And then the content at that.
Yes.
He mixes content with wordplay. And that's true hip hop.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Period.
But I think
what
it's
it
just
is.
the culture, though, and I think that's why it's not appreciated as much. Because the culture right now is turn up, drugs, turn up some more, have sex, turn up.
Yeah.
That's the culture.
That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? And he's
That's
not rapping
facts.
about that.
We talk about real shit.
And you're from a city where that's where it's most prevalent.
Yeah.
Like Future is literally, his album was called Dirty Sprite. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're literally from a city who is glorifying what the rap culture is right now.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And he doesn't portray that. So of
Don't.
course
So
people
they
aren't really gonna
grab on
vibe with him or fuck with his music like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's
but
crazy.
they should.
It's
Definitely.
crazy. And going back to AZ, being under Nas and being compared to Nas so much, like stumped him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one thing about this guy, he's been out for 20 years underground, like with Cotton Sign, putting out albums the whole time. He might not get no mainstream buzz, but he's been getting his money on the back end, on the under, because he got fans, a fan base that can keep him rolling.
Right.
But lyrically, he's top 10 to me that ever did it.
And real talk.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, lyrically and flow. Now this next one is gonna kill y'all, right?
Okay.
The Brat.
Whoa.
And the reason why I say the Brat.
Okay.
That was a good one though.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I have yet to hear a female rapper do what the Brat did on the mic. The skill set. Ain't
Not
no
Light?
yo, ain't
MC
no
Light? No?
You know what? You know what?
MC Light was
Light is dope. Light is dope. Latifah, dope.
Oh, yeah, but it's
Latifah
not,
is dope.
not the
But
Brat.
the Brat took that shit to another level when she started. Like, come on, man. You see how these bogus niggas trying to notice the dopest bitches approach with good intentions and focus when on their bitch like that?
Yeah.
But then she
The
can switch
structure
it.
of the
Yo,
flow,
it's
yeah.
crazy. But then she can switch it up too.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely
Light,
underrated, man.
Now
Light,
that you say that though.
Yeah.
Light is dope. Light is dope, and Latifah is dope. But they flow as they flow.
Yeah.
Right.
Brat Brat
Yeah.
can flip it so many different ways. So I say the Brat, and then another one, man. And this just might be just a personal favorite of mine, but that's Emilio Sparks. Yeah. Like,
okay, shout out to State Property.
I wouldn't even have thought,
The Dynasty.
Yeah, I like Emilio Sparks, man. Man, his flow was just different to me. And I would just, when I listen to the State Property albums, like, I listen to it for him.
Yeah, for sure.
And number 5, man, I think I might have to go with my man, Logic.
Damn, Logic?
I think Logic.
I don't know that he's underrated though.
You don't think so?
I haven't heard him enough. I know the single and all of that.
I don't know that he's underrated.
I think you gotta have an ear for it. I think if you're into that, you know what I mean, you'll probably know about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
A close 6 would definitely be Jay Electronica.
Oh yeah, Jay's a monster.
Yeah.
And what is it about him? Why he can't? He's like one of them guys on that lyrical level. He's up there, but he just can't get a project out for shit.
Man.
But you know what? I think what all of these people have in common, and some less because they're a little bit older and they're a little bit out of this age group or whatever. But there's only room for so much lyricism in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a beast.
Yeah.
And we know we can probably go down to underground and find some niggas that can spit bars, but that's not what the culture is right now. Like we got Kendrick and we got Cole, we got Common for the older people. Whenever Common decides that he want to put out music and not act or whatever, like there's only room for so many of them. They ain't trying to put too much conscious rap or good lyricism out right now.
It is. And I hate
so if it's only a 4-lane or a 5-lane street or highway, those lanes are filled. Yeah. So everybody else getting around with your turn for somebody to get off the exit.
That's it. And right now, Kendrick and Cole just clogged up the whole shit. Yep.
But we can't. You're right.
It's unfortunate, but it's the rap culture right now.
Yeah. And it's crazy because then we say culture, yo, and I say it too. Like you just said it, like we say culture, and when I think about culture, I think about like
history.
You feel me? Like identity.
Right.
That's a better word, identity. That's what I think about when I think about culture. And it's like, this is the time for lyricism if we're talking about culture. Because they're killing us in the streets. They doing everything they're big enough to do to us, you know what I'm saying? Like, Donald Trump's in office, like, and we talking about culture, man, we need more lyricism in culture. So, to not have it, I think that's like a conflict of interest, right?
But who controls it?
That's the problem.
We could control the narrative of the music that's, being portrayed and being actually pushed.
Right.
But if all you're seeing on Love and Hip Hop is this garbage, and all you seeing on MTV or BET is these songs, and only videos they plan on Music Choice if you have Xfinity are these songs. Right. They have, and I say they, and we know who they is. I ain't trying to get shut down or nothing. If they're controlling all of this, even though we know that there's artists out there like, hey, we're gonna give you these little 3,
right? And
that's what y'all gonna get.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
Yeah. But we have so many different platforms. We have YouTube, we have Instagram, now Facebook, where the artists who are actually lyrical or actually speaking about content can actually be pushed, and they could have a great career. Like Saha built his platform just that way. Like he built his Instagram platform or his Facebook or whatever the case. And of course, like Ye noticed him and scooped him up really quickly, but he still had to build his brand. Right. Even though Ye signed him. Yeah. Right. He still had to build a brand. So it's like they have created this culture where the people who are, listening to music now or who are more vocal about music now, they aren't talking about this stuff. They don't want to see that. They want to see what's put on MTV and BET and what's glorified. So again, they've created this culture to make it seem like, all we need to hear about is drugs, sex, and money and whatever. That's just my
you're right though.
Advice or opinion, unsolicited advice or opinion.
And it's bigger than, it's definitely bigger than music, as y'all know. That's definitely, it's an agenda behind that. And the more lyricism and bars that come into play, that scares the shit out of them. Right? Yeah. Right. They catching on, right? So let's keep it to just these couple guys that's really saying some real shit.
Yeah.
Right.
We need more of that dumb shit. Yeah. Give us more of the dumb shit. Yeah. We need tons of the dumb shit. Right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's scary, man. But that's.
I think you had one. You had one more. That was 5.
And we
we can go on and on.
Off air, we was having a conversation about Fabulous and just going into Fabulous, man. Like he's one of my top 10 rappers ever, lyrically, everything there. I we debated about if he had a classic album. I think that
That's
Soul Tape 3 is undeniably one of my favorite mixtapes ever made. I think that was just phenomenal from start to finish, and he's always been able to keep himself relevant, however he's been able to do it. I mean, somehow, whether it's like, and even though he hadn't had a major hit of his own out in a couple years, he comes out with the him and Jada joint, you know, and then he pops out on like the Casanova remix, you know what I'm saying, the Don't Run, shit like that. So he's always been able to fit and stay, even though he's 40 years old, nobody still to this day would think he was 40. Because he carries himself like a young nigga, like a
but
young
you know, like,
OG, literally.
People that are
you know
like 37 to like 42, 43, you never really know. Like, cause that's that age where hip hop was booming.
Literally.
Like that's so it's like that's when Jay was saying that 30's the new 20 and 40's the new 30. Like that came because that age group that really started with hip hop and the culture of being out in the club and paid in full and
all that.
the street like y'all are still living in that culture. Like we not letting this go. This is something we started.
Literally.
But that's dope though.
Yeah, late 80s to late 90s. Then was our Twilight, because I'm in that box. That's our Twilight, and that was when some dope shit came out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dope shit. Pop, Jay-Z, Nas, Wu-Tang Clan, Snoop Dogg, Chronic, it goes on. All of our favorite NWA,
don't skip
EPMD, all the dope shit we love came out at that time. Ice-T, come on, man. We had some LL, of course. And Fab was in the middle of that.
It was hip-hop. Like, that's when hip-hop was like... I'm in this is life right now.
So it's crazy now that hip hop is what, damn near 50 years old. That it's so much easier for the older generation to still be in, because when we was young, older people did not fuck with no rap at all. I don't want to hear it. They're sampling my favorite song. I don't want to hear that. Play me the original joint.
But what's funny about that is I don't want to hear the remixes now. I mean, like when they redid Santana. Khaled and I was like, why did you ruin this song? Like, yo.
Why Clem? Shout out to the Fugees. That was that 90s shit.
It was classic. You ruined a classic. Like, I'm sorry, Khaled, and I love Rihanna because she's my Pisces sister, but y'all ruined the classic. It's just like some songs, leave it alone. It was perfect as a classic. It doesn't need to be revamped. A remix don't need to be done. It was perfect.
Do y'all think that it could ever be another time frame like the 90s and like the amount of good music hip hop wise that came out ever again?
It'll never happen.
It'll never happen.
Man, I don't like to say never, but it's not likely. Like the way it's going on, I don't see it.
Yeah, it's getting
it'd be nice.
I mean, think about it. How many singers are there that are like, outside of Beyonce?
Well, all the rappers are singing. All the singers are rapping.
That was the point I was getting to. That was the point I was getting to. Like, there is no such thing as R&B really anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it's blended.
There's like
hip hop.
People don't even realize Music Soul Child just put out an album like the end of last year, and Music Soul Child was like a heavy R&B artist. He had a huge following, and that was like, I heard about it because I just so happened to get in the car at midnight. He was on the Quiet Storm. Like, what? This is music. Like,
crazy.
Music Soul Child? What?
It's crazy. Like, rappers is really knocking the Tanks and the Tyrese's and Music Soul Child.
Well, Tyrese shot his own damn foot.
Oh, man. What more do you want?
What more do you want from me? $13,000. First of all, what child need $13,000 a month? Can Tyrese be my daddy, please? Because I'll be cool with a cool little $5 a month.
Yeah, he did some real.
But yeah, there is no R&B. There's really only this. I don't even know what we call it anymore. Do we call it rapping? What do you call it?
I think not rap.
It ain't.
What do you call it?
I don't know.
Yeah, and y'all right, and I'm going along with y'all saying it's not coming back, because as time goes forward, I said last week that in 10 years, I got to say this again, it's going to be all unisex stores. Ain't going to be no men's store. Guys going to go get panties, females going to get panties.
It's just
Guys going to get boxers, females going to get boxers. It's going to be one thing. It's going to blend it all together. It's real as fuck. Real shit.
I mean, when you have them trying to use the same bathroom.
Yeah, it ain't.
I don't think and not to sound as though I'm not for someone changing their sex. By all means, if you feel more comfortable as a 30-year-old man instead of a woman, by all means. go get a penis. If you feel more comfortable
Go cop.
being a woman instead of a man, go Lorena Bobbitt yourself. Great. Wonderful.
Right.
I just don't feel comfortable until I feel like unless you have the same body parts I have, you don't need to be in the bathroom with me. So Caitlyn Jenner don't need to be in the bathroom with me. You're still a man.
Right.
You still have a penis.
Right.
And I would feel uncomfortable if it was me. If I had a daughter, I would feel uncomfortable if she's in a bathroom and a man who physically looks like a woman but still has a male body part is in the bathroom with me because that male organ still works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, I'm
That's
sorry.
real.
Like, that's just...
That's real.
No,
And
until you 100% vagina and you want to bleed, shit, come on.
Period. And that's what, and I
Come
agree.
on.
And that's the same thing with music, rap and R&B. Every rapper I know, I can't think of a rapper that's popular right now that is not melodic or has not been melodic at some point.
Or
I can't even think
auto-tuned
of one that's actually popular. That at some point they're auto-tune or they're singing a hook or something. I mean, Kendrick had a whole love song, literally.
Yeah.
It's on the
I love
radio.
Kendrick.
And that's
I
the
was
nigga,
just
but
like,
we know Cole do it. We know whatever rapper, Future of course. All R&B singers rap. Chris Brown raps damn near half his songs. Rihanna got a banger. The Lemon joint is a banger.
And it's
You
crazy.
feel me?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I was just listening.
Just
I
listen
pulled
to
up
that.
the
That
lyrics
shit.
on the YouTube. And
Oh
everything.
my god, that shit.
I'm
go
sorry,
hard.
but can we talk about, since we talking about people singing and rapping,
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe.
What, she got a rap joint?
Let me tell you, I posted it on my Facebook today, and I said, let me just drop, excuse me, first I said Lord.
Yeah.
L-O-R-D-T, Lord.
Right.
Let me drop this Black Girl Magic, Black Excellent, Black History Month amazingness on your page. Janelle Monáe just dropped a song. God, what's the name of it? Hold on, I'm gonna give it to you in 2 seconds. But when I say, I wish Hood was here so we could cue it up.
Joan, when she was dressed like, she had the red and
With the red suit?
Yeah, and the throne
Yes.
and all that. And
Yes. Have you seen it?
I saw that maybe last night. Might have been like 1 o'clock this morning.
Oh, really? So it's brand new. It just dropped.
It just dropped. But when
I'm
I
about to
tell
tune in.
you the track, the bar she was spitting
Some shit.
was crazy. And I mean, and we all know Janelle Monáe she's been rapping. If you don't know, like
I see.
she was rapping prior too.
So she like Erykah Badu type shit. You
Right.
know, Erykah was a rapper first, then the same.
It's called the Django James.
That's what it is.
What?
The Django James.
Okay.
But
Tune
when
into that.
I say
Spit.
I watched the video twice back to back.
What?
Like that's one of them songs I'm like, I have to go add this to my phone just so I can play it riding down the street so white people can hear.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of like, yes, you gonna get this work. You about to get this Black Girl Magic this
That's
week.
dope. That's
Like-
dope as fuck.
So again, there is a culture now, and I think we should honestly name it something. It has to be called something, but hip hop isn't hip hop anymore.
It's not hip hop.
There's
It's
no
just
such thing as
different.
hip hop anymore.
Yeah, it should be a different. It should be a different lane for that. I think it should be hip hop and that culture. Leave it alone because it's classic.
It's
We're not
classic,
going to be
leave it
able to
there.
go back to
It's
that.
like your granddad.
Yeah, period. And then you got this whatever this new shit is, and let everybody roll. Because let's be honest, the new artists, we was talking about this too. They don't want to be artists. They want to be artists anyway. They don't want to be referred to as rappers and spitting. They think that's some old school shit, go there shit. They don't. I remember hearing the when Bobby Shmurda and them was popping before he got locked up. They was on the East Hot 97 shit or whatever. And they was like, man, don't put on that East Coast type shit, that Tribe Called Quest. That's my uncles and my dad used to listen to that. Right? That's their mind frame.
And it's classic music.
And that's
like,
classic music, but it's like, man,
this?
turn that
What's
shit
wrong
off.
with you?
Niggas is thinking on there. We don't feel like thinking.
Man,
right?
Yeah.
This is my
That's
take
what
on
it
it.
is. They don't want to think.
This is my take on it, man. Can you really call that shit art though? Like we use that word artist
I said
so
the
freaking
We
loosely.
do.
I
It's like,
said
yo,
the same.
some of this stuff is not art.
It's
To
not
me,
art.
yo, art is a reflection of life. I understand that, and if that's the life they're living, then yeah. But yo, it's no creativity in any of this shit
At all.
Yeah, yo, like MC Shan told me when I interviewed him, he was like, yo, it used to be like you know, he could get on stage and rock it. KRS-One could get on stage. Busy B might rock something, and everything was different. Everybody had their own flow. He was like, but now these young cats, you put them all on the stage, it sounds like one long
long song. She said that.
Right.
I
She
say
said
because
that.
the
She said all
Migos
the time.
album, literally, I put it on 6 tracks later. I'm like, damn, the song changed. It sounds like the same song 6 tracks later. Like,
and that's another
It's
thing
ridiculous.
that bothers me. I love the Migos because, you know what I'm saying, they are young black
group.
Yeah, they're a young black group and they getting their money. So I'll never knock the hustle. Never knock the hustle. But pay homage to where you got your flow from.
Yeah.
Because
What they say? What did they say?
We hear you in Bone Thugs and Harmony. Bone Thugs
Oh,
and
yeah.
36 Mafia.
Period.
It's a whole bunch of cats, man. They got that flow.
Yeah,
for
for sure.
So these new cats, I don't know.
They're a little different. I always say those 90s and 2000 kids, they're a little bit thrown off.
And then they rap about drugs so much.
It
When we were
because
coming
it
up,
was about selling drugs. It was a game, it was a hustle, and now
it's
you're taking it like.
buying.
But you know what it is? It's those parents that was listening to the drug dealers talk about selling it and being in the game. Them niggas started taking the drugs. The drug dealers were selling, but they was listening to the music. Then they started having kids. Now you got all these drug kids out here.
That's crazy.
That's what it is.
They popping.
They drug babies.
They popping.
But see, they don't understand what it's doing to our community and doing to the youth, man.
Ugly.
Like,
It's ugly.
you telling cats to do Molly and Percocet
At the same time.
you rapping about lean, and it's like, yo, these kids is, one or two things is happening. Like, they doing all these drugs and they either dying, or they're doing all these drugs and go kill somebody else. Then those can remember when they wake up in the morning.
Facts. And they life gone.
Their life is gone. So
Yeah.
it's like about a message. Where's the message at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think what's happening, and the scariest part is that the society and the way that we're growing as a society as far as technology and stuff is making the human being lazier and lazier. Like I was saying this the other day, you don't have to remember a phone number no more. I used to have to remember phone numbers. I had to remember
I had a whole book of phone
address,
numbers
all of
in it,
this.
yeah.
Everything is on that phone has everything in it to where you don't have to do shit.
You don't even need a
life.
computer
You
anymore.
don't even need a
Really,
computer.
I can do everything from my phone, like fax. You can send fax from your phone.
So what's happening is with this youth, it's getting harder and harder for them to want to think because they don't have to. Everything around them is thinking for them. So it's harder for them to want to think. I grew up listening, wanting to learn shit. The rappers was speaking, teaching. KRS-One was literally one of my teachers coming up.
Yeah.
He was like a real college professor to me on a track.
Right.
Man, if a nigga try to come out like that right now, they're gonna be like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I don't want to hear it, nigga. I'm sleep. I'm going to sleep on this nigga.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah. They don't want to listen. They don't want to think. It is unfortunate.
It is.
I do want to talk about a little bit about something off of rap.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost time. Like, because we can talk for hours. We can
damn.
talk for hours.
Yeah.
If you're a real like music fan, you can talk for hours about hip hop and the way hip hop has kind of died.
Right.
I know, right? I said it and it's like
Shout out hip hop discussions.
Shout out to hip hop discussions.
Right.
We still alive.
Yeah.
And you know what? Somebody got to keep it alive. You got to keep legacies alive.
Period.
But I don't know if we have time. Do we have time to talk about the kind of pioneer thing?
Yeah.
We have time for that.
We
good.
do.
Okay. So we talked a lot about hip hop and you know how hip hop is essentially like dying off, but the fact that it's dying off. How can I word this? Let me word this correctly. Like the fact that hip hop is dying off, we still have those legends. You know what I'm saying? The people who started the game.
Right.
So how or why aren't we still celebrating those pioneers? Like, why don't we still celebrate them the way that the white culture kind of celebrates their, you know, like YouTube or Sting or people like that?
Elton John.
Yeah, like because if Elton John go on tour, they selling out arenas around the world.
Today. Actually,
like today, 2018. Elton John put on go on tour. He coming back with probably 40 mil.
Yeah, right. Cher can get $1 million for a show right now. Cher, she was out in the 60s and 70s.
Or they can get a Vegas show and
Yeah.
have a showcase. Like Jennifer Lopez has a showcase right now, or she did like 2 years ago.
It's crazy. But if we try
Britney
to
Spears went crazy. She got something in Vegas, and I don't even consider her really a legend.
Right. But if we try to get Rakim or Big Daddy Kane or Melly Mel or Run DMC a show, they're not selling out. They can't sell out Phillips.
Right.
So why is that?
You know what I think it is? I think it's because of division. I think it's because like we were bred as, you know, African Americans, black people, whatever you want to call us. Willie Lynch divided us. You know what I mean? Willie Lynch let us, divided us, you know what I'm saying? And we're still being divided. Like we'll come out and represent, yo, I'm from Georgia, I'm from New York, Yeah, we got a crazy fan base in Maryland, New York, wherever you from. But outside of that, like cats ain't really fucking with you. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not from where they from. You're not from they set. You're not doing this. Like, Elton John ain't like, yo, I'm from Britain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Rap throwing up the beat.
You feel me? Like, he's not doing that.
I'm super
Real shit. It ain't no, it's no division over there.
But no, to that point, though, that's crazy because people in the UK that are black do the same thing over there.
Cause
I'm from here, or I'm from here, I'm from Manchester, or whatever. And it's like,
damn.
You live in London, like
say London, nigga.
You from London, chill, like, or you from the UK, like, whatever.
Compton,
but you ain't with us shooting the gym over here. You a lot better off over there. But I think, excuse me, I think what you said is true. Like, they watch us.
Yeah.
A lot of people in other countries watch America for the culture, or for what's popular, or what they think is cool. Yeah. And it's unfortunate because they're watching us tear ourselves down and separate ourselves as a people.
Yeah, that is true.
And to get to the Willie Lynch thing, it's like the Willie Lynch letters was for slave owners.
Yeah.
And for it to divide people in other countries.
Yeah.
Speaks to how powerful he was. Like,
I
tell people all the time, like, that Willie Lynch, although it was a horrible and disgusting thing he did to our people, he was a fucking genius. He was a genius. Because it's still working years and years and years later.
And sometimes being a genius, to those people that don't like to think and might like troll you today on social media, to be a genius doesn't make you, it's not necessarily a good thing.
Right.
You can be a bad genius too. Hitler killed millions of people, but he did it. And that does make him a genius for doing that.
Yeah.
Not saying it was a good genius.
Right.
I got your back, yo.
But to convince
evil genius,
millions of
evil
people,
genius, bam.
To convince millions of people that these people aren't pure.
Yeah.
You had to be a genius.
Yeah.
But to think like if you're that smart and are able to manipulate, because that's what it was, you manipulated people so well. Think of what you could have done good for people if you twisted it instead of saying these people are bad, and said these people are good.
Yeah.
How much different would it be?
And it works.
I just found out I was 3% Jewish, by the way.
Okay.
I just figured that out like a week ago. So shout out to my people.
Yeah,
oh wait, I don't think they do that. That's my people, but But yeah, like so, Willie Lynch like really did a number on black people because it didn't really do anything to white people. They still doing but to influence people here in America. That influence people in UK, that influence people in Australia, that influence people in Thailand, because we're everywhere. Yeah. We're everywhere and everywhere. Yeah. But it's amazing to think that, you know what I'm saying?
And you made a great point, Ray, because at the end of the day, we are the only culture, the only people that are this divided.
Yeah.
Chinatown, they don't give a fuck about who the president is. Because the Asians, they stick together like glue. The Mexicans don't really give a fuck. They might don't like how you talking about them, but they do their own thing, right? Yeah. We're the only ones that are totally separate across the board. Everybody else sticks together.
For no reason. Absolutely no reason.
Like Mexicans, like the only way they divide is if it's money. And drugs and things like that involved with the cartels. Right. But that's on that level. Like on a regular level, like they all family.
They all family. You know what I'm saying? They make it work.
That, though.
But and what's crazy is like the Dominicans and Haitians and Puerto Ricans. It's like they're way more close knit, and it's like they're African too.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
You're African descendants.
Yeah.
But you're closer than the Black Americans.
Man, Haiti was the first
independent.
Yeah, they were the first ones the first independent. They were the first ones that like
rebelled.
Was like fuck it. I'm trying to change. I don't want to cuss so much.
Nah, it's okay.
They was the first. They was the first ones to be like fuck it, fuck these motherfuckers. Like we really gonna go out here and wreck shot and they did that and they gained their independence. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta think about it. Think about the island, right? You got Haiti on one side and you got Dominican Republic on the other side. It's split in half. Right? Now how come it's nothing but Dominicans, light skinned people, but then everybody on this side is darker. Right. Now how does this is going on some whole other shit.
We can do it though.
How does an earthquake hit one side, the darker side of the island, but doesn't even really scratch the other side of the island where the rich motherfuckers
right.
You know
and not even just a little earthquake, but devastating earthquake.
What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do?
Come on, we can talk. We can discuss
What are they trying
this.
to everything is happening to us as a community, right? Us as a people.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody with melanin, like deep levels of melanin in their skin.
I have deep levels of melanin when I'm in the sun. I get real brown. Disclaimer, I get really brown in the summertime. I just let it be known I'm real light right now.
It's all good.
But you want to talk about you divide. See, Willie Lynch. See how it worked on me just that fast?
Nah.
You divine us as a people.
This thing in the wall.
Oh, so I don't get no damn devastating earthquake on this side of the building, huh?
No, I'm not tripping on that. Like,
that was a good SAT word right there, unscathed.
Hey, I was at college.
So I wasn't even thinking about that.
I did, because I'm light skinned and I'm a fit.
Okay, so we're going to say this. All light skinned people are super sensitive. Okay, no, that was joking. That's a joke.
We're just passionate.
But no, seriously though, like everybody that has melanin in they blood and they skin, like, why does it seem like we're the ones under attack? Yeah. But see, and we're never under attack by a specific force. They always implement ways for us to attack ourselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And kill ourselves. And if not, it's the weather.
Yeah.
That's the only two ways. And like this whole cops been killing motherfuckers forever.
They just now have cell phones to record.
Exactly. And body cameras. So that ain't nothing new. I think that's a ploy too for them to be like, oh, so it's
gun control.
I mean, exactly.
Listen, I'm telling you, like, we can have, because people think I'm a conspiracy theorist, which I'm not really a conspiracy theorist. I think I research a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people be like, oh, they too woke. I'd rather be too woke than sleep.
Yeah. Yep.
So I read a lot of stuff, a lot of articles, I watch a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff is, I forget who said this. God dang it, I can't think of who the person was who said it. They say if you ever want to hide something from a black person, you put it in a book, or you put it in a contract in words where you know we're not gonna read it. Yeah. And I was a PO for 6 years, and I seen so many brothers and so many sisters, and I say brothers and sisters as in black people, go in and out and through the system and signing paperwork in court quick, because I started out in court. I had to start out as a PO in court. And I would see them go up there. The judge would say, da-da-da, whatever, you understand this, this. They sign it in. Sit down with me. All right, you got to do this. They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Then they come see me at the office. I got to do what? So I made it a point to start telling people, read every and anything I don't care if I say, and I will read it to them.
Right. I
don't care if I read it to you. You take it home, or not even take it home. Before you sign this, to put your name on here and agree to this, you read this.
Yeah.
You go to court,
that's real.
You read this, because you don't know what they could be asking you to do. Like, some people have thousands of dollars of debt, or not debt, of restitution that they got to pay back. And they don't even understand that, well, it was 3 of us that robbed them, and all 3 of us should have to pay it back. Yeah, but if that person don't pay it back, and the other person don't pay it back, guess what it falls on? It falls on you. Right. So you need to understand what you're agreeing to. Right. When you and your attorney back there, and he's like, just sign this right here, and you'll be free to go home. Yeah. All they hear is, I'm going home. Mm-hmm. Read it. Like, and it kills me that our people don't read. Like, that's why I wanted to go into contract law. Y'all ain't gonna read this shit. Let me read it for you.
Oh yeah.
Because that's all contract law is reading the dang contract.
And one of the main reasons for that is because us as a black people, this is why I love black bosses in Atlanta, because there's so much bosses. You have to learn, you have to read, learn, take in shit the best way you can to run the company, correct? Right. When you're so used to just working for somebody, let them take care of everything. As long as I clock in, I do whatever. I don't got to do the right reading. That's for them to do up there. We always rely on somebody else to do this, that, and the other. But we need to do it ourselves, so we can find out a whole bunch of shit we never knew.
Exactly.
Right? And that is leading to that mentality, going back to the Willie Lynch shit. Like, a lot of people are scared to try to figure it out.
Right.
Or be great.
Just be great.
Right.
So if they did that little simple shit, it would save them thousands of dollars and all kinds of issues by just reading. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, but the problem is we weren't taught that. And I can't say, like, individually, it's been people that have been taught that, but in general, bro, like, our parents wasn't doing that.
Yes.
Our grandparents wasn't
and it was
doing
taught
that.
to us to do it like how they did.
And it was nobody there to break the chain. Like, if I ain't even on front, even myself, I was raised in the hood with my grandmother. If I told my grandmother, yo, I'm gonna start my own company, she would be like, yeah, that sounds good, Ray, but you know they're hiring down at UPS.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? And
benefits and you work for somebody and bust your ass.
Exactly, and even then it's like, let's say, anybody who starts their own situation, it starts off rough. If anybody, like a lot of us, we can't handle that rough patch.
Exactly.
And then we talk to other people and get their advice, but they ain't doing that, so they're giving us wrong advice.
Right.
Like if I'm a physician, right? If I'm a doctor, right? My man's a mechanic. I can't talk to him about heart transplants.
Right.
You feel me? He can't give me no advice on that. All he can tell me how to do is like rotate some tires and shit. You feel me? So that's part of the problem.
And
man.
one of the biggest hooks too, health insurance. Ooh,
Absolutely.
you gotta run your own shit.
Well, they about to
you gotta pay for your health
down.
insurance. So you
They
figure
about to
if I
shut
get
our
a
whole
job,
show down,
if I get a job, then they
Shut
take
us
care of
down.
my health insurance part, so I ain't gotta worry about that. But if you a boss, you pay what you're
But-
supposed to be hired.
but see, they don't know.
The fear of that.
Right.
But no, they don't
The fear
even
of that.
realize. Honestly, it would not be
It
higher.
wouldn't even be.
It wouldn't be
but you
higher
gotta tap into it.
because you're like, for instance, my old job, my deductible was $5,000. I had to hit $5,000 in 1 year's time for them. Like even like during, not even a whole year because you only have that insurance for a year. I had to hit $5,000 for them to pay for anything. God forbid I'm in a car accident and I gotta have surgery and it's $4,000. I gotta pay for that. So working for yourself, like it's there are some companies out there that it's better off working by yourself. But people just need to learn how to read. And I get like growing up in the hood and your parents didn't teach you that, but it's 2018.
Yeah, it's time.
You know what I'm saying?
So much out here.
We are in the age of internet and there's so many ways that you can get information. If you don't like to read, watch a documentary. Like I love documentaries.
Yeah.
I will watch a documentary all day on whatever. There's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's Google. Like my nigga, if I had Google when I was in high school, I would have been a super straight. I mean, I made A's and B's anyway, but I would have been like a super student. But there's no excuse at this point to say, oh, I grew up in the hood. If you in the hood, you worry about J's. You probably have an iPhone,
Right.
internet, Safari, right there. Everything that you need is at your hands. And even like NASA, I won't even get on what I think about NASA or what they do over there. But a lot of the stuff is on the websites. They write it on their own websites. This is what this project is, and this is what it did and did not do.
Right.
Don't matter what Channel 5 told you.
Right.
NASA
It's
said it on the
truth.
website.
Right.
But you listen to Channel 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Never
what
even
you
take
heard.
the time to go on the website and look for yourself.
That's real.
So
That's crazy. That's crazy.
we just went like so, like boom, like
Yeah,
It
left.
happens.
But
The
all
alt-
of it
the alt
come
left-
back.
the
All
alt
of
left,
it
not
come,
the alt right.
the all left,
The
right,
alt
right.
left.
All of this come back to we cannot keep being so divided, y'all, man. Let's support our people
Yeah.
just like everybody else supports theirs. How come our guys that had hits in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s can't pack out an arena like everybody else can? We need unity. We need to quit thinking that just because they're old or our parents or uncles used to listen to them, we can't rock with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it comes down to.
Diddy did it though. Diddy did do it.
Diddy got
But he
that.
had like 20 artists performing though. He had to have like 20 people performing.
Man,
But that's,
Diddy got
you know,
that off. Salute to him for that bad boy
Salute to
tour.
Diddy.
That was epic.
it was, and I'm sad that I missed it. But so this week's Grammy goes to. She's been all over Instagram, all up and down. They got the remix popping. And if you don't know, if you didn't watch NBA All-Star Weekend and you didn't listen to the national anthem by chance, if you missed it, Fergie killed the national anthem.
Literally.
And I don't mean that in a good way.
Literally.
Fergie went, I don't know, it might have been a Henny. She might have had some Henny backstage. I don't know. She was hitting notes that I've never heard before. Fergie, if you don't know who Fergie is, she is our white sister. She's our white sister, but you know, she was with Black Eyed Peas, Will I Am. If you don't know who Black Eyed Peas are, Will I Am.
And she's actually Mexican. I found that out.
Is she?
Yeah, she's
Wow.
Mexican.
Well, damn.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I found that out the other day.
Really?
Yeah,
She must dye her hair because I know she's not a real blonde. Ain't no way Fergie's a real blonde.
Right. Yeah.
Who knew she was Mexican?
Yeah.
She ought to be ashamed. Well, you
That
know,
made
it
it.
makes sense. It makes sense if she is Mexican. Trump trying to build this damn wall.
Saying,
fuck your national anthem.
Wow. That's what she should have said.
I got you, Trump.
Yeah.
Bitch ass nigga.
But when I say the internet has gone insane over Fergie.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Remix Guy Sway. He did
I heard it.
he did a remix of the song, or what's the song?
The
The rendition,
Right.
Fergie's rendition. He did a remix of it. It was actually on the news. It was on a couple pages. So shout out to him. But Fergie definitely gets the Grammy of the week. She killed it.
Fucked it up, flat out.
I mean, I think like there's even a Fergie challenge. There is a Fergie
really?
challenge out right now. It is hilarious.
Oh man, I gotta check that out. That remix was hilarious.
It was. It really was. But I'm like, damn, Fergie.
Yeah, man.
Like that. That's how you felt.
Yeah, that was
Like I really want her to come out. Like whoever her PR person is, they suck.
Yeah.
Or they're an evil genius and like don't
Oh,
say
the evil
nothing.
genius.
Just don't say anything. Because sometimes PR people like they'll tell you just don't ignore it. It'll go away and you'll be fine.
Right.
But I mean, Fergie, you have Fergie is on the show, what, X Factor or The Voice? One of the two. One of them singing.
The four joint.
Okay,
Khaled.
so she's on a show where you're judging singers. You judge singers to make careers, and your ass went over and did the national anthem like that and trashed
I don't
it.
want to be on her team. They do teams on the floor.
Yes,
Yeah.
they train you. Fergie,
be
don't
on
give me
Fergie's
that
team.
damn note to sing. Thanks, appreciate.
Right.
But here's your Grammy. You know
Right.
what?
And just one thing for future references, NBA, y'all can't keep booking just artists that are artists. When you do the Star Spangled Banner, it should be somebody that can sing.
Yeah.
S-A-N-G. not
Nobody's
sing,
ever gonna be a
sang.
Whitney Houston singing the national anthem.
No, nobody be that. But
Oh,
somebody
Carl
that can-
Lewis.
Oh, that was the worst. Now, the Carl Lewis was
You can
actually
always
worse
be
than Dennis
Carl
Kirk.
Lewis.
Yeah, Carl Lewis slaughtered it too, right? But these people, y'all want people that's entertaining. Get somebody that can sing. That
Yeah,
man,
absolutely,
For real, you know what I'm
absolutely,
saying? And then
please.
we can avoid these situations going forward.
It sort of sounded like she was trying to do like a Marilyn Monroe.
She was.
Singing to the president.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It sounded like she was trying to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
She tried to be black is what it was. Because black people always make the damn national anthem something.
Some extra shit.
I mean, you
Like
remember when
Party
R.
Day.
Kelly did the national anthem at the boxing
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Like, did you make this a stepping song?
You're
Like,
right.
like, I mean, the beat was changed. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, R.
That's
Kelly, that's
Kelsey,
what's
man.
up.
Yeah, but shout out to her.
Shout out to
for
Kels and
saying
his home
that.
being foreclosed on.
Ooh,
Sorry.
man. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
It was a sex trafficking house. The one
Really?
where he was getting all the
All the
sex
chicks was
slaves.
coming in.
Yeah,
Down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no more of that house. It's being
Wow.
foreclosed on.
That dude, man.
Oh well. Anyway, carry on.
Shout out to her for just knowing that it wasn't good and saying I tried and it didn't work though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was
Facts.
stand up,
That was stand up.
Yeah.
So I would have said fuck Trump.
Just left it at that. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. So we wrapping up another dope episode
Wow.
of Bars and Beyond. I really appreciate my
I'm
guy
not
Rae
done.
the Engineer coming through.
Yes, sir.
Why don't you let them know how to contact you, how to keep up with hip hop discussions and all of that?
Hey man, check it out. Holla at me at www.hiphopdiscussions.com. You know what I'm saying? All my information is on there. You can also YouTube me, Hip Hop Discussions. Check me out on Instagram, hiphopdiscussions_TV, or my personal page, Ray410. I'm on Facebook too, but y'all got too much drama on that shit, so I ain't on there no more. But yeah, man, look out for me, Hip Hop Discussions. I'm in here.
Yeah.
Well, you already know who I am. You don't know who I am Courtney Levette. Make sure you follow me on the gram, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I said that already, but already follow me there. Courtney Levette, LAVETTE_. Still gonna hit that cease and desist for my sister over there with my name. And yeah, make sure you go download the app and tune into us and hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button if you're watching us on YouTube. And yeah, I think that's about it.
You got it.
Yeah,
You
I
got
think
it.
that's everything.
And y'all can follow your boy DeMarco 275 DeMarco 275, all handles. Follow Bars and Beyond. Like Courtney said, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, tune in to us. We got a lot of dope shit coming up, and we got some contests coming up. Listen to our contest, man. If you are the 20th person to DM the Bars and Beyond on Instagram and give us the Grammie of the day, which Courtney Levette just talked about, you get a hot $25 straight to your account, man.
It's
That's all you
20
gotta
or
do.
25.
25.
Can I play?
Yeah.
I was about to say, can I play?
Yeah, anybody
If I,
can
I
play.
mean,
Anybody can
I'm about
play.
to DM myself.
We giving away money, you know what I'm saying? So tune in to us every Tuesday,
Absolutely.
8 p.m. on the Fly 93. Oh, and download our app, Fly 93.5. If you haven't downloaded it, download the app. Dope app, music all day, dope DJs, dope podcasts, everything.
Really?
We'll see y'all next Tuesday.
We out.
It's bars and beyond, the stars is aligned. Sports, relationships, and rap, they said it would be hard to combine. Part in the shine, pick 'em out, we find the largest decline.